In today's topic, I will be discussing the transgastric approach in linear endoscopic ultrasound at GE junction station via portal vein route. In this route, I will be discussing portal vein as a home base for reference. Let's start. Again, basic rules of endoscopic ultrasound discussed in the previous video should be kept in mind. EUS image should be used as a guide rather than endoscopic view. After inserting your EUS scope into the esophagus, you keep on advancing your scope in neutral position, that is, when your scope is resting on your left hand, until you are able to visualize liver shadow on EUS screen. My transducer in neutral position is facing anteriorly. The direction of acoustic waves from the transducer is from posterior to anterior. So the structures that appear closer to the transducer will be placed posteriorly. In other words, I can say in this neutral position, structures that are superiorly placed in this EUS image are actually placed posteriorly. So in this image, you can see while you start visualizing the left lobe of liver, your acoustic waves are actually traversing second segment of liver to the left hepatic vein followed by the third segment. So in your EUS image, you can see the superior most structure will be second segment of liver, and just inferior to it you can find left hepatic vein and third segment of liver inferior to it. After this, you will slightly advance your scope distally with a gentle right torque. With this movement, the structure that will be closest to the probe is the inferior part of left lobe, that is third segment of liver. Because of my gentle clockwise torque, my transducer position is actually slightly facing towards right. So at this point, direction of acoustic waves will be rightwards and anteriorly. You can see waves traversing third segment of liver through the left portal vein into the fourth segment. As per the direction of my acoustic waves, the structures that will be in my range of vision will be actually placed anteriorly and rightwards in relation to GE junction. So in my EUS image, I can see third segment just at immediate anterior and right lateral position in the superior field and left portal vein just beneath to it, followed by fourth segment in the inferior field of EUS image. Along with the left portal vein, you can see ligamentum teres on left side and ligamentum venosum on right side. At this point, you start rotating your scope clockwise until you see a prominent and long anechoic tubular structure predominantly in the range of central beam with extensions to both tip beam and shaft beam. That's why you see this tubular structure in the central field with extensions to the right and to the left of screen. Here at this point, if you analyze, you can infer from the orientation of the probe the sonic waves are traversing into the hilum region from portal vein to common hepatic duct. In the anatomical image, you can see green arrow showing direction of acoustic waves. Among the traversed structures, the closer one to the probe is main portal vein. You can also see shadow of proper hepatic artery a bit towards leftward in relation to main portal vein on the screen. Here, I would like to mention my direction of acoustic waves is towards right. This means structure in the superior field on EUS image will be adjacent to the probe, while as the structure in the inferior field will be placed far right. Also, the structures that are picked up by left beam of transducer will be anteriorly placed. So on the screen in this orientation, if you see any structure that is on the left side of screen in relation to main portal vein will be actually placed anterior to portal vein and vice versa. Here common hepatic artery is almost at the same distance away as that of main portal vein from the probe, but it is a bit in the left side of screen, meaning just anterior to main portal vein. Inferior to main portal vein, you can see another anechoic tubular structure, which is common hepatic duct. You can confirm it on Doppler view. In this orientation of transducer, more inferior the structure on the screen, more rightward its actual location will be. So common hepatic duct is placed right to main portal vein. You can also see gallbladder shadow as the inferior most structure because it is on the extreme right in relation to the probe. Now you will keep same clockwise talk with gentle distal advancement, but keep portal vein in your range of view till you see portal vein contiguous with superior mesenteric vein. You can see superior mesenteric vein on the left side of your screen and portal vein on the right side. Because portal vein is in the field range of shaft beam, while as superior mesenteric vein is in the field range of tip beam. Confluence is in the field range of central beam, so it will be in the center. At this point, you have actually advanced up to the level of pancreatic body. You can guess here the position of your transducer, the direction of acoustic waves traversing pancreatic body through the superior mesenteric vein to pancreatic head. So pancreatic body will be in the superior field on the screen, then superior mesenteric vein followed by pancreas as the inferior most structure. At this point, a gentle push and guarded lateral movements will bring two anechoic tubular structures on the screen. Among them, the one closer to the probe, that is in the superior field on the screen, is pancreatic duct. But here, at this point, acoustic waves traverse in anterior to posterior direction. So the duct placed anteriorly will appear closer to the probe, which is pancreatic duct in this case. On the other hand, bile duct is placed posteriorly in relation to pancreatic duct, so it will appear in the inferior field. You can also see these two anechoic tubular structures appear to join each other distally away from the probe. This area is actually major papillary area. Observe the area around the major papilla while continuing to follow the bile duct and main pancreatic duct as closely as possible. After observing the area around the major papilla, visualize main pancreatic duct continuously as you slowly withdraw your scope to observe the neck of pancreas. As you turn the scope clockwise at the neck of pancreas, you will be able to observe the body of pancreas. Usually, in this position, splenic artery is imaged on the shaft side of transducer and splenic vein is imaged on the tip side. Therefore, splenic vein will be a bit left in relation to splenic artery. Color Doppler and pulse Doppler can help make it easier to identify the splenic artery and vein. While turning the scope clockwise, observe as far as the tail of pancreas. Typically, the left kidney is imaged on the tip beam of transducer at this time. That's why it will be imaged on the left side of screen. Sometimes the left adrenal gland may be also seen in this area. Now, turn the scope further in clockwise direction to follow pancreas as far as the splenic hilum to observe distal tail of pancreas. Angulating scope slightly upward makes it easier to image the tail of pancreas and splenic hilum. This step was also discussed in previous lesson. This is all about hilar root. Hope you enjoyed the video and I would love to see feedbacks for better modification. Thank you and see you in the next video.